Well, good morning. When former Missouri Governor Eric Greitens issued that stay, he impaneled a special board to examine the facts of the case and make a recommendation. But then a personal scandal forced Greitens out, leaving the board in jeopardy and the future of Marcellus Williams entirely unclear.
Just thinking about that day, it was crazy.
Marcellus Williams Jr. prepared for his father's execution last August.
Me and my father, we said our goodbyes.
You actually said goodbye to your dad.
Mm-hmm. We said he loved each other. You know, I loved him, he loved me.
But just hours before the execution, former Missouri Governor Eric Greitens granted Marcellus Williams Sr. a temporary stay. Williams is on death row for the 1998 murder of Felicia Gayle. He's convicted of stabbing the former St. Louis Post-Dispatch newspaper reporter 43 times with a butcher knife.
There's enough doubt in this case that his sentence should at least be commuted.
Innocence Project co-founder Barry Scheck.
The skin cells on the handle of the knife that was used in this murder are not from him.
When Greitens issued pardons before leaving office in June, Williams was not one of them.
Why do you think he chose not to?
You know, I'm really not sure. You know, it's like maybe he also never cared. You know, so he's like, I'm leaving. I don't care. You know, I do these 5 pardons, and Marcellus, he can rot.
While in office, Greitens asked a special 5-person board to review the case. Now that he's gone, that board has been canceled. New Missouri Governor Michael Parson.
I know the board was canceled. Will they meet? Will they make a recommendation to you? And what will you do then?
I would assume they would. I've heard they're not going to. So I think once they make that recommendation, if they do meet, then we'll discuss that at the time.
We've been following the case for a year.
Activist and social media influencer Allison Brettschneider learned of the case days before Williams' scheduled execution and has since become an advocate for his exoneration.
You're not a lawyer. You're not a politician. What are you bringing to this?
I'm a person that cares, and that's what the world needs more of.
The Missouri Attorney General's office maintains Williams is guilty. Though Williams was not linked to the murder weapon, police found Gayle's clothing and her husband's computer in Williams' car. In a statement, the Attorney General's office told CBS News, "We will continue to defend the judgment of the jury and the many courts that have carefully reviewed Mr. Williams' case over 16 years. In addition to first-degree murder, Williams has been convicted of burglary, assault, and attempted armed robbery."
When people say to you, hey, your dad was no Eagle Scout.
Right.
What's the answer to that?
But he didn't harm, choke, slap, punch, and kill anyone. Someone did murder Felicia Gayle, but it wasn't my father.
In a statement to CBS News, Felicia Gayle's family said, "While we understand that Williams' sentencing fits a troubling pattern of racial disparity in the death penalty, and that a case serious enough to warrant death is serious enough to warrant careful scrutiny, we would ask those on all sides to recognize for the family, this is not policy, it is pain."